As we all know, NFL players are some of the best paid athletes on planet Earth, with some truly eye-watering salaries knocking about the league. Most of these guys play in the most important position on the field, quarterback. But who are the best paid players in the league this season? Today, we are discussing the highest paid players in the NFL for the current season. Stay with us. First up, it's Dak Prescott. It's safe to say that Prescott has probably surprised a few people over the course of his Dallas Cowboys career. Picked in round 4 at 135 back in 2016, Prescott was seen as a player with decent potential but not much else, and he is now reaping the rewards for the huge amount of work he has put in since, which has been reflected in the $40 million salary he is currently picking up. Prescott has also shown that he has what it takes to come back from the brink by showing incredible resilience after the ankle injury he suffered back in 2020. Last year was easily the best of his career so far, as he posted a pass completion percentage of 68.8. He also threw 37 touchdowns, but it is his form in the postseason, which may worry those at the very top of the Cowboys hierarchy. So far, Prescott has gone 1-3 in his 4 postseason games, which isn't really the form expected of a man who earns as much as he does. Last year, he disappointed yet again, as the Cowboys were soundly beaten by the 49ers in the playoffs. Give us your thoughts on Prescott below. Derek Carr is coming through now. Stay with us. 3-time Pro Bowl QB Derek Carr has been a mainstay for the Raiders since being picked 36th in the second round of the 2014 draft, and his solid pass completion stats, which currently sit at 64.7% as of week 14 of this season, are part of the reason why he is sitting pretty on a contract worth $40.5 million per year. Carr has overseen relative success for the Raiders in recent years, which saw them make an appearance in the playoffs in 2021. His passing yards have totaled north of 34,000 so far for the Raiders, having also thrown 213 touchdowns to date. It is yet to be seen whether Carr has what it takes to really take his Raiders outfit all the way to the Super Bowl, but it's safe to say the powers that be over at Raiders HQ believe in what he has to offer, considering the mammoth contract they handed him earlier this offseason, which adds up to $121.5 million over the next 3 seasons. What do you guys make of Derek Carr in the Raiders? Do you think he can guide them to the Super Bowl over the next few seasons? Let us know below. We're talking about Josh Allen now. Stick around. The Bills were many people's favorites to lift the Vince Lombardi trophy during the offseason, and their form so far this season seems to have validated a lot of those shouts. Currently sitting on 10-3, the Bills' form has largely been down to Allen's good form, having thrown 26 TDs so far across his 13 starts, and the Bills had no intention of letting him leave Buffalo this offseason, as they tied him down to a new long-term deal worth $43 million a year, making him the 6th highest paid player in the league. The 26-year-old has been with the New York outfit his whole career and was a first-round pick back in 2018 at number 7. And it's safe to say he has fulfilled the massive potential so far, as he's been the driving force behind a resurgent Bills team. Since coming onto the team, Allen has led the Bills to double-digit wins and playoff appearances 3 years straight, and last year he was in fine form, having just signed his new deal, throwing 42 TDs and 9 in the 2 2020 postseason games, which was pretty great. Do you think the Bills have what it takes to go all the way this year? Next up, it's Patrick Mahomes. Stay with us. Kansas City Chiefs QB Mahomes has seen a meteoric rise throughout his NFL career so far. He has spent his whole professional career with the Kansas outfit so far, and his loyalty has been rewarded with a mammoth contract worth $45 million per year. It's no coincidence that with the emergence of Mahomes, the Chiefs have reached the Super Bowl on 2 separate occasions in recent years, with 2020 being the first time they had appeared in the prestigious game since 1969. In his 4 years as the Chiefs' first-choice QB, Mahomes has never failed to make his team to the AFC Championship game at least. He has also put up some pretty stellar numbers too, and has averaged 41 TDs, as well as 10 interceptions and more than 5,000 yards. Of course, those numbers were good enough for the Chiefs to sanction a monster $450 million 10-year deal for the man from Tyler, Texas, making him one of the highest-paid players in the history of the sport. With the 27-year-old Mahomes at the helm, the future certainly looks bright for the Chiefs. Can you guys see them winning the Super Bowl again with Mahomes calling the shots? Deshaun Watson is coming through now. Watson has been one of the most controversial figures in the NFL over the past couple of seasons, as he has been accused in more than 20 civil lawsuits and 10 criminal complaints of sexual misconduct sexual assault. Most of those lawsuits settled with Watson, but one lady, Lauren Baxley, has refused and has also gone in on the NFL and its fans, claiming she has lost her faith in humanity. None of this stopped the Browns from handing Watson a huge $230 million contract earlier in the offseason. However, as he was traded earlier in the summer, of course, Watson still had an 11-game ban hanging over his head, but considering the fact that it was fully guaranteed, he had very little to worry about when signing. On the field, Watson is clearly a talented QB and is a 3-time Pro Bowl athlete. He has also completed 1,224 of 1,812 attempts over the course of his career, with 105 touchdowns. The first-round pick in the 2017 draft has also won a slew of personal awards over his career so far, but considering what he's been accused of over the past year or so, we're not sure he deserves the $46 million per year contract. What do you guys think? Kyler Murray is up next. Don't go anywhere. 25-year-old Murray has been with the Cardinals since the 2019 draft, where he was selected first in the first round by the Arizona outfit, and it's safe to say they are delighted with their acquisition a few years back, as they handed their QB a massive $230.5 million contract earlier this offseason. Murray is young and has a huge amount of potential, but he has already put up some big numbers and has so far completed 1,316 passes out of an attempted 1,971. The 2019 Rookie of the Year has so far thrown 84 TDs over the course of his fledgling career and has also completed more than 2,000 rushing yards. One of the things he has struggled with so far, however, is his performances in the playoffs. He is still very young and learning his trade though, so the Arizona Cardinals can be rightly excited about the huge talent they have on their hands. What have you guys made of Kyler Murray's start to his career? Do you see him taking the Cardinals to a Super Bowl anytime soon? Give us your thoughts below. Next up, it's Russell Wilson. 2014 Super Bowl champion Wilson was the recipient of a lovely $49 million per year contract this offseason, courtesy of the Denver Broncos. Having spent his entire career with the Seattle Seahawks up until this year, Wilson left for new pastures and will now attempt to take the Broncos to their first Super Bowl since 2016. His standing clearly hasn't faded, even though some have suggested he might not be at the peak of his power any longer, but his numbers speak for themselves. A 9-time Pro Bowler and the Walton Payton Man of the Year in 2020, Wilson has thrown more than 300 TDs across his stellar career so far, completing 3,317 passes. He appeared to be on course to challenge Brett Favre's long-standing consecutive appearance record up until 2021, but his 149-game run came to an end with a finger injury. He has averaged 31 TDs a season, however, which is why he is seen as an automatic starter. With Russell Wilson and the Broncos field general, can you guys see them making another run at the Super Bowl? Give us your thoughts on Wilson and the Broncos below. And finally, it's Aaron Rodgers. The highest paid player in the league today is also one of the most decorated. Aaron Rodgers, who took the Green Bay Packers to the Super Bowl back in 2011, where they picked up the Vince Lombardi Trophy, is easily one of the best QBs of all time. And the Packers clearly still feel that he has what it takes to lead the team, as they have recently handed him a 3-year contract extension worth $50.3 million per season. Rodgers is also a 4-time NFL MVP, a 10-time Pro Bowler, a 4-time NFL passer rating leader, and a 2-time NFL passing TDs leader. Need we go on? Okay. Rodgers holds several NFL records, including the most consecutive passes without an interception, which stands at 402, as well as the best career TD to interception ratio at 4.74. The longtime Packers QB has also completed 69.8% of his passes throughout his 17-year career, with 471 touchdowns to his name to date. The man is a living legend in Wisconsin and also highly revered by most fans around the league. With Rodgers at the helm, the Packers always have a chance. Do you guys think they can make their first appearance in the Super Bowl since 2011 before Rodgers calls it a day? As usual, thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to tune in again next time when we will be discussing plenty of other cool bits and pieces. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, whilst also subscribing to our channel. Bye guys!